entertainment, and sports. My name is Frank Idemudia Alapa, that's my name. Talking sports is my game, and I am the greatest. I love listening to Elegbete TV radio for undiluted, unadulterated. It's probably replicated, but still not yet duplicated. It's sports only on Elegbete TV radio. I seriously love listening to it. Elegbete TV radio, redefining broadcasting. Listen.
All right, good morning and welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Edafi Mathias. You love to call me the Elegbete One Sports. How are you doing? What's going on your end? How did you enjoy the Champions League, the Carabao Cup, or the League Cup, whatever it is called? Manchester United find their chosen babe as the God of Chosen helped them to score 7 goals in that game. Just when you think that the God of Chosen have decided to embrace the Red Devils, well, there was another Red Devils. You know that Bayern Munich used to be called the Red Devils. They scored 9 against Dynamo. Well, no respect for those Dynamo team as they went in 3 goals up in the first half, and then in the second half, Dynamo tried to come back, and Vincent Company said to them, "Do to them what we do to an man," and it was 9 goals. Harry Kane scoring 4, become the highest scoring Englishman in the UEFA Champions League. What a way to start the new phase. Cristiano Ronaldo have ended that phase as the all-time highest goal scorer in that era. Now, Harry Kane is already topping. Hendrick, yes, was among the goals for Real Madrid as they beat Stuttgart 3 goals to 1. It was a beautiful one. Juventus as well among the victors as they played earlier, and they won 3 goals to 1 as well. It was a beautiful return to the UEFA Champions League as Aston Villa, yes, beat Young Boys 3 goals to nothing. Could have been more. Could have been 5, 6, 7. VAR disallowed 2 goals in that game. But it was a beautiful one to come back. The next game is against Bayern Munich, the team that they beat in the finals in 1982, 82-84, to win the Champions League, and that's their last appearance. So 41 years they've been out, but they came back like they were never out of it. Wow, it's beautiful. AC Milan was boys versus men as Liverpool. AC Milan scored pretty early, and Liverpool roar back with a giant defender, Virgil van Dijk and Konate among the goals, as well as, like I said before, Bayern Munich were too hot, were too good. Vincent Company's ball was in good company as he scored 9 goals in this game as they beat Dynamo Zagreb 9 goals to 2. What a score! Like, Jesus Christ, that's not like you guys going to be scared now or not? Remember, it was this Bayern that they played in the finals the last time they were in this competition and they won it. Okay. Real Madrid were 3 goals to 1 over Stuttgart Sporting. Yeah, this one. Lane picked up Angel Gomez was his name. Yes, picked up a red card in that game for tripping, 2 yellow card that led to red, and that was it. But Victor Gyökeres swung and turned and put it in the net like Thierry Henry. It was 2 goals to nothing. The best scored the second goal in that game to give Sporting a comfortable win. Today you have a different team playing. Manchester City. Where would they be focusing on? Should they be focusing on the Champions League, knowing fully well that they can win a second one? That one will not be stripped off for them. Or they should focus on the Premier League, knowing that even if they win it, they might still be stripped off because of the 115 count charges. But then, to be very fair to Manchester City, they feel very comfortable. They don't see anything wrong. Now, this is my own position on this matter. If Man City are wrong for what they are being accused of, every team in the Premier League is wrong. Chelsea did it, Man United did it, Arsenal did it back. Everybody have done it. Those talk of, Arsenal are a well-run club. Crystal Palace are not lie. Everybody forged the books. It's not body. You can't convince me. I've been too much inside of football to know. But hey, whatever it is. Well, in the Dutch Eredivisie, Ajax will play against Sittard later today by 7 p.m. And then you'll have the UEFA Champions League coming up 5:45. Bologna, yeah, Bologna without Mota. I'm not sure they're going to play Mota, but they will find a way to do whatever they can do. Playing against one team that is always consistent in the UEFA Champions League, always turning up, always showing up. Wow, Europe is very, very strange. If there is a war in a country in Africa, everything in that country will shut down. But Shakhtar Donetsk, yes, they are Ukrainian. They are still playing in the UEFA Champions League, still playing their league matches, still playing all their competition. Europe is really, a continent to study. Shakhtar Donetsk go to Bologna to play against Bologna. We hope that we see an exciting game in that one. And talking about Ukrainian, yes, the Ukrainian boxer, the world champion, Alexander Usyk, was arrested at the border in Poland and handcuffed. I still don't know the details of what happened, but it was strange. At least sometimes when people can easily be recognized, why was he arrested? I don't know. Spartak Prague and Salzburg will play as well 5:45, and then the other four games are for 8 p.m. Celtic, the best team in Scotland right now, will host Slovan Bratislava, and I hope that Celtic go on to win that one as well. Club Brugge of Belgium have it hard for them as Dortmund come visiting. I don't know if they can win, but then it is possible. Manchester City are sitting comfortably at home at the Etihad as Inter are coming. A couple of seasons ago, Inter Milan was the team they defeated in the finals to win the UEFA Champions League, the one and only Champions League that Manchester City have, and Pep Guardiola's third Champions League as a manager. And then if you add the one he won as a player, then you will see his fourth Champions League medal. Yeah, Paris Saint-Germain and Girona, yes, the surprise team. Girona became a very, very surprise team for everybody. In their league, Paris Saint-Germain will host them. Paris Saint-Germain have been doing well. No star player, no Neymar, no Messi, no Mbappe, but no problem. Yeah, c'est pas problem, as the French would say. So everything does look good. Yeah, let me come back to you when the time comes for the comment. Who made it for you? And then yesterday also there were a lot of League Cup games that was going on in England. Well, league matches as well. Mallorca beat Real Sociedad 1-0. Don't forget that Real Sociedad also lost to Real Madrid over the weekend 2-0. This rescheduled matches. 20 actually beat Heerenveen 2-0. And in the League Cup in England, where some results were really funny or crazy if you put it that way, and there was also FA Cup qualifiers in England as well, but let's leave that one. Let's look at the League Cup games that went down. Manchester United were 7-0 in that game as they beat Barnsley 7-0. Almost everybody found their mojo. Crystal Palace won against Queen's Park Rangers 2-1, and Fulham were beaten by Preston not took after penalties, very long one, but it ended in favor of Preston and Preston beat them 2-1. That's the way it's put. Everton also lost a penalty. This one is sad for them because Ashley Young missed the last penalty kick, and that's what she wrote. Brentford were not nice to Leyton Orient as they beat them 3-1, and Sheffield Wednesday beat Blackpool 1-0. Stoke City, yeah, back in the day, if you follow football, you know that when you hear Stoke City, one name comes to mind: Rory Delap. Our very own Sheyi Olofinjana, very mean man, also played in that team as well, and quite a lot of other result that went down yesterday. Well, which of the result that tickle your fancy? I'm very, very certain that Manchester United fans are not interested in what happened in the UEFA Champions League. That's not it. That is way out of their league right now, so it's not on their level. But they would be smiling that their team has scored 7 goals. It doesn't matter who they scored it against, Barnsley or bouncing, but it's giving them something to bounce back. They are bouncing in the Lord as they are chosen, as well as Bayern Munich and Aston Villa, as well as Liverpool. All of them are choosing. When the enemy try to attack them, they say, I am chosen, and the result turned in their favor. So they were like they that dreamed when the captivity of Man United was overturned. They were like they that dreamed. Well, let's go to Timothy Daimbo, who's packaged a very good news segment for us. For those of you who are just joining in, please click on the like button. It's a very, very important to me. Yesterday, some people find out why that like button is very, very important to the channel. I wouldn't be ungrateful. I also need to, before I go to the news segment, I need to say thank you to everyone who's been subscribing to the channel. Those of you who's been subscribing to the channel, is really growing. I wouldn't lie, 16,206 this morning. It could go beyond that. I mean, we used to have like in a whole day 2 subscribers. I mean, when you get to 10, 20 subscribers per day, then you should be grateful. So I'm very, very grateful. Not like I'm not, but if you're here already, please click on the like buttons. Let's push it forward. Let's keep going and see how it goes. Well, I don't know, but while you're here at the comment section, please tell me what game tickled your fancy yesterday. Which team you see, going all the way. Aston Villa didn't look like they've been at this competition for 41 years. Kind of like very, very nice and interesting. But the next game will tell us some story about them because it's Bayern and Vincent Kompany with his company ball. It's not taking prisoners. It's on that position where to him every game is a win. He has to win, not just win, but score quite a lot of goals. And I come to like the way Vincent Kompany is rotating his team. It's one of those things where every player gets to know. But Leon Goretzka have said he wants to leave. Go if you want to go. Not a big deal. If you want to leave. That's the way it is. But 9 goes to 2. That's like choosing and Indabuski, Bahosi combined. I mean, 9 goals. Sometimes, like I walk out of the field, I just feign injury and I come out of the field. I've never been. The highest defeat I experienced as a player was 4-0. The highest defeat I experienced as a coach was 4-0. The highest defeat I experienced as a club owner was 3 goals to nothing. But that was annoying. And then the highest defeat I experienced as a club administrator for Babanawa was Bender United coming to beat us 3 goals to 1 at the Unico Stadium, and then our goalkeeper fainting. But not, Jesus Christ, what's that? 9 goals scoring you, 7 goals, 9 goals. What are you playing? Kick somebody, do something. Get out of the game, get a red card and get out of the game. So that is we're 3 goals down when I left the game. We should be 9. Is it like basketball? I don't understand. Even basketball said the other side goes to score. What happened? Even if Angels play basketball against demons, so the demons go to score. What's that? That's 2-9-2. Well, let's go to the news segment. Manchester United dismantled Barnsley in a commanding 7-0 win. Jesus Christ. During last night's EFL Carabao Cup third round at Old Trafford, the home side dominated throughout, leaving Barnsley without a reply. After the match, Erik ten Hag described the night as perfect for his team, praising their execution of the game plan and noting that everything went as expected. He added that the squad is not happy. Now, that's not one thing you should look at. They are not happy. When they lose their next game, I don't know, that time they will say they are doing one thing. At least one thing you give Man United credit, they've not started the season with allegation of rape or police case or anybody being excommunicated. So I think they would come good. I mean, Man United is one of those teams that I predicted will make the top 4. But the way Aston Villa are playing now, they're looking like they're not going to relinquish their position. So I'm wondering who is going to give up their slot. I still think that Chelsea will still have something to say. Teams that should not even be thinking top 4, Tottenham Hotspur, shitty club. They don't have any business thinking about it. But then their coach, Ange Postecoglou, said that says that he always wins something in his second season. So tonight, I think they are playing in the Carabao Cup tonight. Let's see what they do. But let's say from Erik ten Hag, how they played the perfect game last night.
Yes, you can say not for me, but for the team, this is the perfect night. I think we could everything do what we plan to do. I think we win next round. Scored some great goals, entertained the fans. We worked on our game model. So yeah, we are happy.
Yeah, let me just throw this question in as you guys are there. What manager have given you the worst ever press conference? Like Erik ten Hag is giving me that vibe of shut up. You know how when you go to a match conference, hey Johnny Gaffer, are you here? Yeah, you know how you go for a match conference and you see you ask a question or somebody asks a question. Let me give you a good example. I was at the African Games earlier this year in March, and we went to the press conference. And Ladamboso, the team was shambolic. The team was terrible, right? And you go to the press conference, and Ladamboso is talking OP, like OP. Ask him a very technical question because that's the reason I don't like going to press conference, because I'm going to ask a question like a match reader. And I remember I said to him, I said, your team was losing possession from the 13th minute, the 15th, the 17th, the 19th, and the 27th, 31st, and like that, this in the same trajectory, in the same pattern. And when they get the ball, they booted it in the same way, nothing changed. The only time within a 5-minute spell where they were playing from the back and trying to keep the possession was when we scored a goal. What happened? Was that a game plan or not? Oh, thank you very much. You observed that too? Was I supposed to be an idiot coming to the stadium? Like, oh, that's a very intelligent question. He said that till like 10 times. What is wrong with you? Answer the question, dummy. And then he answered the question. He answered the question in his own way. Like, they told the players one thing, they went there to go and do their own thing. Well, I find that can happen. If you've been in football long enough, you know that can happen. We're not left there. Excuse me. I said, come. I really do not want to say these things, in the public. They are owing me salary for 2 years. We didn't get enough time to prepare. We just prepare 15 days to this tournament. Manchester City midfielder Rodri has warned that players may soon be forced to consider going on strike. When you say players, please try to specify which players will go on this strike. So both the ones when they play Champions League, because you guys cannot be at this one. I'm not going to agree. Now, where I disagree with Bobby, you guys cannot be asking for 400,000, 500,000 pounds a week salary, and then you don't want to play the ball. Where did they work the money they come from? Which ritualists they produce the money? Are you going to take 50,000 pounds a week? Then let's reduce the game. League matches go reduce. Champions League matches go reduce. It's as simple as that. Fulham players will not be complaining that they're playing too many matches now. The others are 50,000 pounds a week. Chelsea players are not complaining that matches are too much. They are earning 75,000 pounds a week. So, now nobody complains. Yes, to whom much is given, much is expected. You cannot be, you cannot eat Jabu Gari and go and vomit salad. So let's know. But let's go back again to the matter. Manchester City midfielder Rodri has warned that players may soon be forced to consider going on strike over the relentless fixture schedule. His comments follow similar concerns raised by Liverpool goalkeeper Alisson Becker, who recently criticized the heavy match calendar and the lack of consideration for players. Players who have been speaking at the pre-match press conference yesterday ahead of the UEFA Champions League game against Internazionale. Rodri aligned with Alisson's stance, revealing that many players are increasingly worried about the physical toll. He suggested that if the situation doesn't improve, a strike could become a serious option for players across board. Well, let's see how that strike will work. The only competition that I think maybe they should eliminate from the calendar is the World Club Championship. That one is, I don't know who sent them to expand it, but it's of no use. But let's see how it goes. Rodri, talk to us.
I think we're close to that. Because it's easy to understand. If we're asking something, and I think it's something general, I think you ask any player, he will say the same. It's not like the opinion of Rodri or whatever. No, so I think it's a general opinion of the players. And if it keeps this way, it will be a moment that we have no other option. I really think, but let's see. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's something that worries us because we are the guys that suffer. So it's something we're worried. It's something that, of course, it's not the same for all the players because not all the players play 60 games. Depends on which team you are. Depends if you play more or less. But all of us, we think the same. It's not just about that because it's also the time you have to break. Many things. So. It's something we're worried, as we said before, and let's see what it bring us all this.
Well, I don't know how anybody's going to explain it to me, but I've played football professionally. I've worked in an oil rig. I've worked in construction, and I've worked in engineering field like oil servicing firm, and I've worked in media in broadcast. And one of the things that I like to do, and I have medical doctors who are my friends and nurses. So let's start with oil, working in an oil rig offshore. So you could be in that rig for 9 months, sometimes 6 months, sometimes 3 weeks, 3 weeks in, 1 week out, or 2 weeks out, and then back like that. And I've also worked on a boat, right? So those are like tough jobs. Let's leave out the mania, all these small, those ones don't count. Let's start with working in a rig. In a rig, you work 12 hours every single day. Your shift is 12 hours. Then you have a break in the afternoon. You have a 12 o'clock break that runs to 1 o'clock. Sometimes, depending on how big your position is, you go up to 1:30. And that's how you work. That's your shift every fucking day. There is no holding back. There is no, I know well, I want to enter Okada, go see somebody, I want to go cinema. That's your shift. When you finish, you go to your cabin. Those guys are not going on strike. They don't earn up to 10% of what this arrogant, entitled footballers earn. Again, this whole calendar of 70 game is not everybody. So if you want to do your strike, remember that there are many teams that are not playing in your UEFA Champions League competition, your World Club Championship. You're already sounding like you're going to win the competition, you're going to play. So how many teams are going to win this competition? How many teams are going to go play in the World Club Championship? There are teams in Africa. Do you think anybody in Africa is complaining? African teams want to go play that World Club Championship because it's an opportunity for them to expose themselves. Are they not playing 20 games in their league? So are they not playing, what's it called? Are they not playing in a 20 league format in their league? So sometimes these players, to me, this is entitlement. You can, on one hand, demand for there's private jet carrying you everywhere you go, there's a chartered aircraft carrying you everywhere you go. You're not driving. The Ikorodu City players will drive 2 hours from here to Katsina and go and play a game, lose 3-0, and they'll drive on that same road 2 days and come back, and then they still play football, right? The same thing within the African continent, the same thing with some South American countries, and everywhere. And then you wake up and you're telling me you play for Man City and you're struggling with recovering. Football match is 2 hours. Training, okay, so let's think about training first. If you play a game on Sunday, you don't train on Monday. You tune down. You tune down for recovery. And then you play, maybe if you play on Sunday, then you're not playing your Champions League on Tuesday. You're going to play on Wednesday. On Tuesday, you have a light workout, or probably you're jumping on the plane and then you're flying to the destination if you play away. And then on Wednesday, you play. When you're done, you come back on Thursday. Look at it, it's a luxury life. It's the highest level of luxury anybody would ever live. Please click on the like buttons if you're here. Okay, it's the highest level of luxury that these players, nobody is going to be able to explain it to me and tell me that these guys are doing one thing or the other. Now, if you work in construction, which I have, road construction, for instance, I was the supervisor that constructed the airport, the runway in Escravos, okay? And this is what I'm going to tell you. Think about people who are missing up bitumen, asphalt, aggregate. Those of you who don't know what an aggregate is, it's concrete. There's stone, granite, okay? Asphalt, bitumen. Bitumen is that black liquid that makes that road, that's the tar. That's what come to bring everything together, the glue. So you have asphalt, you have bitumen, you have aggregate, you have cement, you have sand. You go through the mill and mix it, break the stones, all of that noise pollution, all of that dust coming into your system, all of that inhaling of the black tar from the asphalt, the heat and all that, and then running it on the road 12 hours every day, every freaking day, 12 hours. You're working that. You go, maybe in between, you have a 2 hours or 1 hour, 30, 90 minutes break, you go eat, and then you come back, you get no space for it to digest. You're on the mill. And there's somebody who plays a football match for 2 hours telling me that they are overworking it. Thunder will fire you, decrease. There's not this. Listen, I'm a former footballer, but this one does not have a space for me to even empathize or sympathize with what the players are saying. Go and play the damn football. You want more money, then you go and play more games. Because the money, nobody's printing the money from anywhere. Nobody's manufacturing the money from anywhere. You're not going to tell me that, hey, this one, that one. There's soldiers in the front line that are, facing shelling every single day, and they are there. They're not complaining. You're telling me one to do two things. After a season without Champions League football, Liverpool made their return with a solid 3-1 victory over Paulo Fonseca's AC Milan, despite going behind to an early goal in the third minute. The Reds fought back with Ibrahima Kanote equalizing in 23rd minute, assisted by Trent Alexander-Arnold. That was a very good cross anyway. The win also served as a birthday gift for new manager Arne Slot, reflecting on the results. Speaking to CBS Sports Golazo, UCL night crew Alexander-Arnold admitted the team had been disappointed to miss out on the competition last season, but emphasized their excitement to be back, saying this is where Liverpool belong. He also shared a few thoughts on life under Slot, noting the changes in role and how the team has adjusted to his new approach. I would say that Liverpool really impressed me in the way they played, the way they adapted. I mean, coming from Ganga pressing, I thought it was going to take them some time, but they really did. I watched the game. I saw the game yesterday. It was David versus Goliath, but this time it was David that really won. Goliath that really won. Not every time that David beat Goliath. It was a beating. It was a shelling. I wonder why the goal wasn't that much, because Mo Salah hit the woodwork twice, and Rafael also hit the woodwork once with a lucky, crazy improvement in terms of runs, but it was going to be Liverpool all the way. Trent Alexander-Arnold, let's hear you, please.
Amazing. I think this club belongs in the Champions League with the history that it's had, and disappointing last year not being a part of it, but we're back where we belong, and no better way to get this campaign started than getting a win at the San Siro, a special venue, special stadium, and there was a lot of tactical changes within games, where to go, where not to go, when to stay wide, when to drop into the back line, when to go into midfield, when to be kind of like a number 8, or when Mo rolls inside and I'm a high winger. There's all different variations, and he gives us that information throughout the week, throughout the game, leading up to the game. He paints scenarios so that we have answers for everything. So it's kind of like, okay, if they press this way, then this is where we're going to be positioned, and if they press a different way, then we'll position ourselves this way. There's a solution to every problem that they
That's a lot. Arnold just unloaded on us. That's a whole lot. To have a coach that is that detailed is a blessing in football. Sometimes in football, the difference between winning and losing is the details that the coach gives you. And this is how I put it. If I send 2 people from Nigeria to South Africa, or from Lagos to Abuja, and I said that there's a treasure somewhere in a red building with 4 trees in front of it in Abuja, go and pick it up. But somehow, before they leave, I give the perfect address, the description, to one of the guys, and then the other one just have to go to Abuja and go and find a red house with 4 trees in front of it. You already know who would find the treasure. So that's the same thing with coaching and information. Again, another reason why I don't like Wenger. I always bring him into this conversation. When Jose Mourinho coached Chelsea, you could tell that these players knew everything that the opposition wants to do. But for Arsenal team under Wenger, it was more of, the players, you guys are good. Christian Chukwu style of coaching. Boys, when you get the ball, give it to JJ. JJ, do that thing you used to do at Bolton Wanderers. You know what to do. That's not coaching. That's playing for luck. Coaching is, I have gone to do reconnaissance of the opposition. I know their every move, their every details, the way they play. I create all the scenarios to you, and I tell you guys that, look, guys, this is how we are going to play based on the players that we have and the structure that I set up for you. If we play like this, this is how the outcome would be. Now, they will come like this, or they'll come like this, or come like this. If they come like this, option A, this is what you do to counter them. If they come with option B, this is what you do to counter them. If they come with option C, this is what you do to counter them. And in that regard, my team is playing with information that would give them the advantage to be able to win every game. That gives them a fighting chance. Now, that said, do not take it for granted. There are still some teams that will come and still beat us. But the margin for error and the margin for defeat is reduced drastically by proper coaching. Then if you now have the gift of highly talented players. One of those things that I always say, when I meet footballers, is that you want to be an asset to your team, not a liability. How do you become an asset to your team? If you're a midfielder, for instance, are you the kind of guy that with one touch of the ball, you are displaced 2 or 3 of the opposition player? Let's not even say 3. You've displaced 2. Because what that does is that man for man, it is 11 against 11. The goalkeeper is in his post. You saw that goalkeeper is there. So it's 10 players squeezing each other, trying to make sure there is no space. If you can do a Zidane or a Boban or a Clarence Seedorf on your opposition, what does that mean? A Luka Modric, where once you get the ball, one twist and turn, 2 players are displaced. What it means is that you are now 2 more players advantage on the opposition. And sometimes in football, those are the things that matters. And then sometimes it doesn't even need to be twist and turn. It has to be, if you go to prime Pep Guardiola's FC Barcelona, it is one pass that eliminates 2-3 people, right? One pass from Xavi, one flick of the ball, another one from Andres Iniesta, or another cool one from Sergio Busquets and Jordi Alba and Dani Alves, and all of these guys, they just find their space, or David Villa or Pedro, then Messi, just one touch, and 2, 3 are gone. And then when he gets to Messi, it's Ankara Messi. Lord have Messi. There's nothing you can do. You understand? So in football, what drives you the most, it's not when you hear people say, which formation is he playing, which tactics is he playing. You can do all those formation and tactics. If your players now more players, nothing changes. It's always like they beat 7-1. Those people, they beat 7-1, they don't get tactics. They get tactics now. Or 7-0 or 9-2. Now in Barcelona, they give 8-2 that time. I hate to say it, but it happened. Well, let's go to Slot and hear what the betting man have to say. Liverpool manager Arne Slot described his first Champions League game in charge as a memorable experience, especially getting to celebrate it on his birthday at such an iconic stadium. Speaking to Becky Ives of TNT Sports, he expressed his satisfaction with the way the team responded after conceding an early goal, praising his players for taking control of the match and delivering what he called an outstanding performance. Yeah, Eric Ten Hag said it's a perfect game. This one says it's an outstanding performance. Here we go, music to my ear. Let's hear you, man.
Normally you celebrate these things with your family and friends, but to celebrate it like this, first Champions League night, for me it is a special club in a very special stadium for Liverpool, but also for Dutch people. And then to win it like the way we did is a good memory to take at my birthday. I think we started off quite well, but we, in terms of ball possession, you look at me like, no, we had the ball, I think, for 3 or 5 minutes, but we got counter-attacked twice out of wrong, in my opinion, wrong decisions we made. And to be 1-0 down then after 5 minutes after losing against Nottingham Forest, you always wonder how the team reacts. And I think they took control of the game, to control the ball, dominated possession, were really aggressive without the ball, and brought in a great team performance where we, in the end, also needed 2 set pieces to come back in a positive score.
Let's start. My name is not electric. My name is Elebuta. My name is Idafe. Anyone but but not electric. My name is not electric. And the Bendel Insurance jersey, you can reach out to Bendel Insurance people on their social media, and you would be able to get it. I bought it 2 seasons ago when I was producing the league. I bought it then for 20,000. I don't know how much it's selling now. I can speak to a few persons. Reach out to you if you can chat me up on Instagram or Twitter or TikTok. I'm Elegbeta1 on TikTok and Instagram, and I'm Elegbeta1 Sports on Twitter. I think I can give you more information. I'll probably find somebody's number that you would reach out to, and then you take it out from there. All right, let's wrap it up with Carlo the Don Ancelotti telling a story on you have my WhatsApp number? Damn. All right, Real Madrid head coach Carlo Ancelotti praised Endrick following his late goal that secured a win over VfB Stuttgart. Endrick, who had already made an impact by scoring on his La Liga debut, came on in the 80th minute last night and netted another debut goal. Speaking to Jules Bridge of TNT Sports after the match, Ancelotti described the 18-year-old striker as unbelievable and highlighted his immense potential. I mean, I was really hoping that Arsenal was going to sign this player, but it didn't happen. Tie. It's one of those things. Don Carlo, let's hear from you.
He has a
lot of potential. It is unbelievable what he's doing in few minutes on the pitch. He has the goal in his body, his courage, because that was a situation that was not the best option to shoot, but to pass the ball. But he had the courage to shoot and to score.
This is radio like you never heard before. Elegbete TV Radio, the best in entertainment and sports.
Well, somebody says Real Madrid is breaking his heart. Like, I don't understand. Real Madrid just won yesterday. Real Madrid have not lost a game this season, if I'm not mistaken. They are okay in the Spanish La Liga. You're saying they are breaking your heart. How are they breaking your heart? Please, let me try and understand. What's the problem? They've drawn 2 games, won 3 out of 5. They are 11 points, which is 4 points behind FC Barcelona. Anything can happen. Eventually, they scored 9 goals this season, considered only 2. What really is the problem? You think that everybody have to be measured by the standard of FC Barcelona? Don't forget that defensively, Real Madrid are just as good as Atletico Madrid. Look at Celta de Vigo, for instance. In 5 games, they scored 13 goals, but they've also considered 10. Look at Villarreal, scored 11 goals, have also considered 8. They've not lost a single game this season, but they've considered 8 goals this season. Now, Barcelona, as good as they are with the scoring of goals, 17 goals, that's amazing. 17 goals, but they've considered 4. So, I don't think that anybody should look at Madrid and say they are doing bad. I mean, I'll be happy to be a Madrid fan right now. I don't know. Maybe it's when you get to that place of entitlement, you start seeing things differently. So let's look at the fixtures that are going to go down tonight. Today from 5:45, Bologna play against Shakhtar Donetsk, Sparta Prague play against Salzburg. Sparta Prague play against Salzburg, Celtic play against Slovan Bratislava, Club Brugge play against Dortmund. Manchester City will host Inter Milan, two finalists of 2 seasons ago. Paris Saint-Germain host at the Parc des Princes, Girona. Where's the smart money on? What do you expect from all of these games? Which game am I going to be watching? I wanted to see Dortmund, but at the same time, I want to see Shakhtar Donetsk Bologna. So I'm going to see first Shakhtar Donetsk Bologna, then I would try and watch Club Brugge versus Borussia Dortmund, while I put another eye on Manchester City and Inter Milan, Paris Saint-Germain, Girona, maybe, I don't know. So yesterday, what are the games that I saw? Yesterday, I saw the Juventus versus PSG. God, man, that Unis guy really is playing football. But then it's early days, not that they played against PSV, who were not really fantastic. Aston Villa, I also saw Aston Villa young boys, and I saw AC Milan Liverpool, and I saw later, late into the night, that's why my eyes are red. Late into the night, I saw Bayern destroy Dynamo Zagreb. Real Madrid, Stuttgart, I watched the highlight. I saw the highlight of Sporting Lyon. So I practically, saw 90 minutes of 1, 2, 3, 4 games, and then binge on the other ones on their highlight. I also saw the Manchester United versus Barnsley highlight and a few other games like that. Tonight, I'm sure I'm going to see, maybe today, I'm going to see 2, 3, 4, probably 4 games. Bologna, Shakhtar Donetsk, tickle my fancy. I want to see how they play in the Champions League. I would love to see Celtic. The atmosphere of the stadium is always beautiful. Now, these days, I watch football as both an analyst and a content creator, and I'm thinking, what type of eye I'm using to watch them. I like to see Dortmund play in Belgium. There's an interest for me in this Club Brugge. And then I also want to see Man City, Inter Milan. Come on, who do want to see that game? I want to see that game. Probably I'll binge on Paris Saint-Germain and Girona. So for those of you out there, let's get in the shindig now. Let's get into the conversation. I'm not sure there's going to be so much of extra time added to the show today. I've got a few things to do. I've got production work to do. I've got some proposals to write. I've got a lot of writing to do today. So let's start with you guys. What's the deal? 45 people viewing, 26 they know they pay for them now. I know they charge you. I mean, I'm not even asking people to give me super chat. People used to give me super chat too, but I understand that the economy is so bad now. Supporting any channel is no longer an interesting thing for anybody. So everybody is holding on to their money. I understand. But don't be stingy with the like. Click on the like button. Click on the like button. It doesn't take anything away from you. They don't charge you for clicking on the like button. Okay, so let's go. This one, go ahead. Are you be the first to do? I'm sure you should not log out since this going. Gwen and the politician behind so that scam. You come in, put 2 comments, should disappear. Save her data. 40 MB. And I'm gonna help me look for her. I'm gonna send her data. The only babe waiting for this channel, the only babe in this channel. We're supposed to treat her like, supposed to treat her well like VIP. I'm not someone I go toaster or sexy girl. Okay, so good morning, everyone. I was happy for Bayern and Harry Kane. Let him just win a trophy for me. Oh, hey, this is the same person who said that lives pause. Oh. Hey, win a trophy for you. Harry Kane, why the poor person has it? Oh. She wants to say Manchester United, they showed themselves against small League One team. I'm hoping they can replicate this in the Premier League. I think it's Crystal Palace that's coming next. To be very fair, let's be fair to Manchester United. Manchester United does not look all that bad. The squad that they have is good. The players that they've got in that team is good, experience. If they don't suffer injury, Manchester United will be a team that would be a force. My only problem with Man United is Erik ten Hag. I don't think that Erik ten Hag is all that. Like, yeah, I know he did it with Ayers is one, and Bobby would jump to his defense. Bobby would practically eat Erik ten Hag shit. Yes, I agree. But listen, most games I see Man United struggle, it's a product of indecision, poor tactical deployment. Some of the things that, you look at a good coach, would look at this game and say, okay, let's deal with this game. Let's not do everything in general. Let's deal with this game. There's some things about this game that are not good. I'm going to change it. And it will change. But no, Erik ten Hag will be there scratching his head thinking like as a Wenger that is funneling with the zipper. And then they lose. So that's my problem with him. But the squad itself, I think they've got I'm sorry to say this, but I think that Man United have got a better squad than Arsenal. Arsenal just got a better team than Man United. Man United have strikers. Arsenal does not have striker. There's not a striker. There's not a single striker in the Arsenal team. Because let's forget about Gabriel Jesus. And Kai Havertz is not a striker. So Arsenal doesn't have a striker. But see how they play. Solid at the back. When you have the full complement of the midfield is also stable. So they hope. Arsenal is scoring goals based on, we hope Saka will work his magic. We hope the left side will work their magic, and then the defense of the opposition. When Man City play, they have somebody that they know if we get the ball to him in good space, in time, he will score. I want you guys to notice that Haaland is the player that goes into offside position the least. 15 times he's gone into offside position from 70 games that he's played for Manchester City in the Premier League. 72 goal scores in 70 games, and somehow he's only got into offside position 15 times. Now, to make it, put it in proper context, Darwin Núñez, the same number of games, have gone into offside position 52 times. So you have to understand how this work, the way it runs, and the fact that if he's strong, go 3 times, he will score once. I'm even trying to be modest. I mean, the statistics says that if you're strong, go 3 times, he will score 2. But I'm bringing it back to 1. So Arsenal doesn't have that. Man United have a plethora of attackers that they can switch around. You can bring Rashford to the side. You can play him through the middle. You have Rasmus Højlund. You now have, what's the other guy? Joshua Zirkzee, who is very good at being in the right position. Just missing these goals, eventually will come good and score them. Arsenal doesn't have that. They don't have anybody who would eventually come good and score goals. I don't think, when you look at Man City, for instance, the expectation for Erling Haaland is 30 to 35 or 40 goals. That's the expected goal return in a season, right? In the Premier League. In all competition, it is 45 to 50 goals. For Arsenal, if you pick anybody as a striker, Gabriel Jesus, it is 10 to 15 goals. Kai Havertz, 10 to 15 goals. Bukayo Saka, 12 to 17 goals. There's nobody in the Arsenal team that you have a 25 goal return expectation on. Liverpool, you have Mo Salah, you have a 20 to 25 goals expectation. What's the other guy? Lewis, Darwin Núñez, maybe 10 goals. The other guy, Lewis, you have a 15 to 20 goals expectation. So you can see, and then you have Cody Gakpo, who you also have expectation of 10 to 15 goals for. You can see that with Arsenal, goal scoring expectation is very low. Probably that's the reason why winning the title will be hard. But then because the entire team play in such a way that everybody scores, it makes it a bit easy. But it's the strength of that defense that makes it work. If Man United can eventually harmonize their play and find the solidity at the back. I still think that Onana, if you ask me, I think Onana is better than David Raya. This would bring a whole lot of controversy, but I think Onana as a shot stopper is better than David Raya. If Raya faces the same amount of shots that Onana faces, but you see that defense that have built, give him some credit for that. And then the midfield, the stability of the midfield, the fact that they starve the opposition of the ball, deny you the ball, also makes it good. So Man United players, you gotta be afraid of them because once they start controlling the game, dictating the initiative, now this kind of result you will see that's 7-0. People they go beat people well. But let's keep our fingers crossed and see. As Patrick say, this choosing matter research too. Now everywhere now we are choosing. I'm choosing now. Sure. Are you not choosing? Just say they say now this small win will help ETH to keep his job. Good morning, Elegbete family. Good morning to you. Lucky Ogali says good morning, Elegbete everyone. Good morning to you. Maiwa Michael says United are choosing Odumeje team. Right. Henry Morrow says a company as Bayern coach so far 5 games, 5 wins, 24 goals scored, 4.8 game. 5 goals conceded, 1 game, first place in the Bundesliga, record broken for most goals, 9 over ever in the UEFA Champions League game. What's he cooking? He's cooking something. We know that he's in good company. He's chosen. The God of choosing is on his side. The Larawaji says, Man U was on a vex mode. I enjoyed the highlight. We shall see how they go in the long run, why they enjoy the spoils of victory. Additional Foma, thank you very much for yesterday, bro. The same Bayern handed back Barcelona 8-2 in the UEFA Champions League in 2020. Flick Bakker will be meeting Bayern in some weeks' time at this UEFA Champions League. So many big tantalizing games in this UCL. The format seems to be exciting. That's what I like about this current UEFA Champions League. Everybody will have the chance to play big teams. So there's no let's say avoid this one or avoid. No, everybody play big team. And then there's no more you beat me in your home, I will come back to my home and beat you. No return leg. So play your own and go. So if you can win, if you strategize to win all your home games and then go look for 2 away games to win, fine. But if you cannot, like AC Milan now, they're on Academy, they need to go find a win on the road. And I think that yesterday I saw that AC Milan, the players look very small, lack of creativity, lack of inventiveness, lack of control in that midfield. And it is hard to win a game if you can't control the midfield. Liverpool were just too big, too strong, faster. You know, it's nice anyway, seeing them play like that. Johnny Gaffa said ETH has found his level. Jesus Christ. You're mean. I report it to you, madam. The Elijah says, now go, Naim, they fit the keeper out. Now, wow, BP don't rise because of goal. No, it wasn't. So, I mean, Ugo was a fantastic goalkeeper. He went on to keep in the CAF Champions League, won the silver medal with Canopy. What happened was, it went for, before the goal fainted, we had not considered the goal. It went up for a corner kick, and there is a player, Bender United player, elbowed him against the bar, the pole, and he hit his head on the bar, so the guy passed out. And thanks to the Lagos ambulance team, they were fantastic. I had to leave the game. By the time I come back, we're 3-1 down. We're lost. That's the only game we lost. I was so pissed off. Like, I don't understand why we would lose at home in the first place. Why? But I mean, Bayern United were good for the money. They beat us hands down. From the clip, when I watched the clip, there was no hanky panky. They beat us hands down. And I told the players that this is never going to happen again. Well, that day they saved my $1,000 that I normally give them as like my own extra bonus to inspire them. But they saved my money. I went to club and I grew my money myself. But it was never going to happen again. What's that? Losing at home. You can lose anywhere, but not home now. Make home your fortress. That's why I believe in football. Anyway, where did I stop? I know the other day you said his company as a manager, a flat track bully. We'll see him against the Champions League big boys to see how good his tactics are. Well, I don't know what you mean by that, but when I had a conversation with Sondo Lise one time, I also had a conversation with Clarence Seedorf, and there's something they said that I'm now relating to Vincent Company. They say, like, listen, as a black man, you're not going to get a chance to coach. As a black man, you're seen as somebody who can play because it doesn't require too much of brain. It doesn't require too much of brain, effort. It's just talent. You have it. Go and play. But so when it comes to coaching, you are practically close to management. You know secrets and things. You're not given that chance. So when you're given the chance, the expectation on you as a black manager is 10 times higher compared to a white manager. So if Arteta coaches Bayern Munich, for instance, and he's winning each game 1-0, 1-0, they'll praise him. If his company wins every game 1-0, 1-0, they'll say he's a boring coach, to fire him. So he needs this result to establish, to put himself firmly through the door and have a seat. Because no matter what he does right now, he doesn't have a seat on the table. He needs to win the league, win the Champions League, if we win the DFB Pokal, go on to the World Cup. That's the kind of performance that's okay. So the black coaches can also be very intelligent, right? So he's carrying the weight of the entire black coaches, the Claracida, the Sunday Olise, the So Campbell, any black coach, the Jermaine Defoe, Ashley Cole, all of those black coaches that are there, that have done their badges but can't get a job. Take, for instance, Olise, Gary Neville, Phil Neville, what's his name? The guy that won the Champions League for Chelsea, Roberto Di Matteo. They attended the same coaching school, the same class, the same exam. Gary Neville and Phil Neville, they both failed in their in their practicals, but they were given passes. Right now, who ended up getting jobs? The white boys. Who ended up not getting jobs? The black boys. So when you not get this kind of opportunity that Vincent Company's got, you got a team relegated and almighty, the third best club in the world currently, calls you to come and take over their ship. My brother, you need to score 9 goals every game. Oh. Every game, you need to score 9 goals. If not, wahala go day. So I'm not even bothered about whether he's beating people by 9 goals or there's going to come a time where they will not play against the big boys. Every game needs to produce results, as in massive results, to shut the critics up, to stop everybody who have an opinion, who have something to say that, they don't know how to do this one, black coaches cannot coach, those kind of talk. He needs to shut them up and get them. Hey, Edward. Yeah, I need lights. So for him, he needs to shut them up completely. There is no, there's no second chance. If Bayern fires him today, let's say he doesn't do well, he doesn't get to the end of the season with trophies. They fire him, he's not going to get a better job again. Maybe he go to Belgium and go and be coaching Cercle Brugge, second division, Premier League. No doors. So if he wins the title with Bayern, wins the Champions League, win the Bundesliga, even if he wins the Bundesliga, some people say, it's the Bundesliga, anybody can win it. And he coaching Bayern should be winning it every season. So he needs to make a proper statement. Fine, as far as I'm concerned, it's going to be Man City. They can say, okay, Alonso, I don't know if Pep Guardiola leaves, and who else again will be in the reckoning. So all of those things you need to put into consideration when you're judging this company and how he's going about it. And it's not about whether I miss a big team or I miss a small team. I think that he's going to approve everything the same way. It's going to blast Villa is in his next game. We will see how that one go. What's it called? Additional of Marseille, make Angel Postus calm down. Full Mourinho and Conte when be born champions don't tread this path before Angel and Angie, sorry. Up defeat now. Lose one more game in the league or something, and then levels. I give you everything you wanted. But to be very honest, one of the things that I was discussing with my friend, I told him that, to be very honest here, who did you people sign? You went to second division, you went to relegated, to sign a player, you put some players, you expect them to come to that, you want them to become that on. They've not even gone from Lisa to probably crocodile, alligator, you want them to straight away go to become dragons. They're trying. Odobot, I mean, what's his name called? All these players, all these players, they have the gragra, they have the energy, but still there is that experience that they don't have. And the Arsenal team and the against, you could tell yourself that on a good day, are you playing against two very slow defensive midfielders and you do not even know what to do with the ball? You're so much in a hurry, you're losing it. Again, ordinarily, Arsenal was supposed to be double padding on the wide players. You put Kulusevski on the right, and then you put Son. Son is drifting to the left. Son is not the best guy at one-on-one, but Son is very nimble through the middle. So if you want two passes in the middle, Son is that kind of guy that any part of his body touches the ball in the 18-yard box, he scores. But unfortunately, Ange Postecoglou and Postecoglou decided to do abortion and put him on. Let's even let him face his own warrant. I don't know how you're going to say Rodri, Alisson, and a few others are just entitled. Do they understand how much they earn weekly if they can't play that's how much the average person in the UK earn in years? If he can't play, he should step as simple as that.